You heard a lot about the sturgeon moon and how beautiful, how large and colorful it was. Hey, I'm Fish. I'm shooting only today with the DJI Osmo Action 5 Pro. Right now we have the DJI Mic 2 on, and we'll switch on over later to the Boya Magic. One of the things I noticed on the Boya Magic's receiver to the camera, not the little square dongle Bluetooth, is that you cannot turn it around to see the two green or two blue lights of the connection and take note. It is what it is. It's because of the clip they used, they didn't make it narrow enough and wider on the cold shoe part. On the Bluetooth dongle, certain cameras don't allow you to flip around the USB-C dongle. We're looking at the capsized boat. And you can smell the gasoline, diesel fuel that is. And they're working on it. And one of the life preservers has got the beacon flashing. One of the shots I miss is the moral. No longer here. One day maybe they'll fix this. Get rid of it and do it over correctly. Because we all avoid it. So let me get back to the Boya Magic microphone system. Now I use it for a number of reasons. I have the DJI Mic 2 and its receiver to the camera, and randomly, a lot of my clips, anything that's Bluetooth related, that microphone just likes to just gobble a little bit randomly in the video. Not on all the videos, just on the Bluetooth for about 10-15 seconds, and you can hear it if you pay attention. So I grabbed the Boya receiver, hooked it up, and I just on the go. And it's got its battery on there that you have to charge up and plug in the mic and wear it, and off you go. And I put on the noise canceling because it takes out every single sound that I don't want on there. And so far it did a great job. And when the cars passed by and I had the solar panel going, I really didn't pay attention to the background noise. And DJI doesn't have artificial intelligence. It's got noise canceling, but it doesn't have the best nor the worst of noise canceling. Now we'll see if we can get to my spot. I got a fire going. And I like to watch the planes come in and look at the full moon. As long as you got a camera and you could grab the shot, that's what's happening here. You're seeing a nice plane come in. And there he goes. Now you can hear it with the microphone. It's a little too late for me to put noise canceling on. I want to talk about the pros and the cons of the Boya Magic, known as the 01, and it's also known as the 05, depending on the kit that you get and where you get it. If you get the full kit, and that's what this is about, we have the Lightning dongle receiver that goes for iOS devices, and we have the USB-C dongle that goes to the DJI action camera. It goes to the Insta360 Ace Pro cameras and the Insta360 X cameras. And let me tell you, plug it into the Insta360 X5 and you don't have an issue leaving that door on in the open. I'm not 100% sure if it's going to work with the Ace Pro 2 and the door open. You have to remove the door, and especially on the DJI Osmo Action 5 Pro. And you could call that a con because of the camera and its doors. The con of the Boya Magic handle This is the top right here. It's got all the holes that looks like holes that does not go through. It may angle. I try to put a wire through to see if it comes out the other end, and I could not see anything. Over here in the door, if I open up, there's a little hole right here, and this is where the mic is facing. So when you hold it and talking, there's a plane. Let me switch it, and that's the pro of it, the switch, the handle. You could put it on noise canceling, artificial, and you're talking this way directly. You could face it this way. They're omnidirectional microphones, and they're great. But if you put on a dead cat, the foam or the fur, it covers the handle, and you won't be able to see it. Why have it cover the full handle? This is in a good area. It's in an excellent area. They could have made the fur this big, then maybe it would slip off and you'll fall and lose it. Now, there is another con, and I just cannot remember what that con was. And it just slipped my mind. I'll get right back to it and remember it for you. Another con is how they made the microphone LED. They did a beautiful job on it, excellent to see, but in the handle, for the one that needs to be here, when you have fiber optics, you could bend that fiber. You could take a piece of plastic and frost it and have that little curvature bend, so when it sits where the mic sits and out this way, you're able to see that mic when you use it naked, like I do. And that is the con. A couple of cons. I don't want to talk down and dirty. This is the good, the bad, and the ugly. And we've been saying that ever since Clint Eastwood. And happy birthday to Clint Eastwood, since he made the movie The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. This one has nothing to do with Boya at all. It has to do with how the cameras and the remote controls have a shutter button that you can remote control. Boya and DJI, do they get along? They get along when we use the microphone, but they may not get along as a company offering the remote control to use the button for remote. You can't single press it because it'll go to green. They will have to change in firmware to a double press. And Insta360 does a double press to get to noise canceling. A single press does the shutter. And with Insta360 and Boya, the same thing would go. Do they get along? They get along, but with the shutter, it's priority. Well, right now, there comes the sun. It's coming up. And what a beautiful shot indeed it is. How are you liking the audio microphone sound of the Boya in noise canceling? The last couple of scenes, we were on noise canceling, and now we are on regular audio microphone. I have here is a lanyard strap, and it's on the DJI mic too, and they got the little curls. Well, they offer a lanyard strap at Boya. It wasn't offered in the kit. And maybe a magnet one would work, but I'm afraid I would lose that because the actual Insta360's got a nice round one that fits it all, but it doesn't have its little indentation or a lip on it. So when it sits in there, it won't shake off of it or move off. Now with the Boya, the magnet goes on the side here, it gets all over the place. I may have to remove it. It may not stick inside the case if it's without the magnet, and I haven't tried that. Please forgive me when it's sensitive when I open up the door and try that for you. The magnet is indentated into the handle. I may drill a hole through the handle so this way I could put my string in there. Let me remove the magnet, here we go, and see if I could get in there. And it does stick, it won't come out. And there is the magnet. It's a nice magnet, nice small magnet, and it fits in there. And I don't know if you want to call this a pro or a con because of the reason, and I'll explain it in a second. Is this a left microphone or a right microphone? And the same goes for this microphone. Is it a left or right? Are they marked left and right? They're marked with barcodes in the back. Now, when I hook up without the application, I have a choice of nothing. I have to use the application to do mono or stereo. So my camera, no matter what I do, if I take this mic and I put it away, it goes into the off position and it's charging. And I got one mic on. If I take this mic out, it automatically connects. And if I take the other mic out and put it into the case, it automatically shuts off and goes into charging. And if I take the mic and just stick it into the case, and it take about 4 seconds or so to connect, and there we are. Now, you make a decision if this is a true stereo microphone, because if I use the receiver to a primary camera, it's left and right channel into your camera. It automatically puts stereo on there, one microphone. With an action camera, the same thing goes. One microphone. So if you can get another dongle receiver and put it up to your Ace Pro, your X5, and one for the O5 Pro, you'll have separate microphones. You don't need to have two microphones all over the place. And the same thing may go with DJI, the Mic Mini, the DJI Mic 2. Well, I said a lot, did a lot, shared a lot of shoots, and I hope you enjoyed the Boya Magic talk. Now, the Boya Magic, back onto noise canceling. I'm going to simply put it right here, right next to the bottle of beer, and we're going to see how far from me we can talk with a nice sound. And that'd be the end of the test. A beautiful test. And normally I'm about 6-7 feet from the camera, and that's where I do all my vlogs at home. I do my reviews, and this is as a boom mic. I don't know how well it sounds. I talk in a nice natural voice, and my voice travels to the camera pretty good. And this way you get an idea of this test with just the mic over there by the camera. Will it replace the camera mic if you put it on to a cold shoot? I don't think so. When you hear a car going by or a muffler going by, that's heard more than your voice. Well, what works right now? Watching that sunrise come up. My back to the camera. Well, don't miss those shots. Don't miss those wonderful shots with the camera. You're not going to be that far away from the camera. You're going to be this far away from the camera, talking to the camera without the microphone. Now, since the Boya's hooked up and I can take this microphone and I could turn it on and have both microphones connect. Now, there we are working in the distance. And I could take the Boya, I could shut the Boya off, and you hear me still with the DJI mic. And I'll put the Boya over here so you can see that you got the blue light on there and walk the distance. I've done all the tests here, man. I can almost catch a pigeon if I want. They don't run away from you. They stay pretty close. And on that note, I'm gonna go enjoy the sunrise because I enjoyed the moon set. Have a great day. I'm Fish. And I hope you enjoy the Boya Magic if this is something that you are after. I'm happy that Boya, the agency, not Boya themselves, I'm happy that the agency allowed me to test one unit out. And I'm happy I went out and purchased my own and got it back into the kit. Lost and bought. And this is the Boya Magic. And right now, this last video, we're on the DJI because I'm going to take this bad boy off. I'm going to put it into my pocket, and I don't want to lose it. And I want to capture that sunrise.